My child, I am trying one final time to reach you. I need you to understand the weight of what I just said. Not to frighten you, not to manipulate you into paying attention, but because it is true, and you deserve the truth, and the truth is this. I have been reaching out to you for a long time, in many ways, through many different moments, many different people, many different circumstances that were designed to get your attention and draw you back to me. And today, in this moment, I'm trying again. I want to tell you about the ways I have been reaching, not to make you feel guilty for the times you did not respond. Guilt is not what I am after today, but so you can see the full picture, so you can understand that what is happening in this moment is not random, is not your first chance, is not me starting from nothing. This is me reaching out once more, with love, with patience, with everything I have, because I am not ready to stop trying with you. I reached out through the quiet moments, the ones where life slowed down enough that you could feel the pull toward something more, toward meaning, toward depth, toward something that the surface of life does not provide. Those moments of quiet longing that felt like they were coming from somewhere inside you that you did not fully understand. That was me, reaching, reminding you that there is more than what you can see, inviting you toward something real. I reached out through the hard moments, the losses, the disappointments, the times when things fell apart and you were left with the questions that the busy, distracted version of life does not have time for. Why is this happening? What does it mean? Is there something more going on here than what I can see? Those questions were not just pain. They were invitations, openings, moments where the ordinary explanations ran out and something deeper was reaching toward you. I reached out through the people, the specific conversations that landed differently than they should have. The words someone said that went deeper than they intended. The person who showed up at exactly the right moment with exactly the right thing. That was not coincidence. That was me, working through human hands, reaching toward you through the people I placed in your path. I reached out through this moment, right now. The fact that you are here listening to this is not random. You could have scrolled past, you could have clicked something else, you could have been doing any number of other things with this moment of your life. But something drew you here. Something made you stop. Something made you press play and stay. That something was me. My child, I want to talk about why I keep reaching, because I think part of what makes it hard to respond to me is not understanding why I want to reach you in the first place. There can be a feeling, especially for people who have been distant from me for a while, or who have doubts, or who feel like they have done things that would disqualify them from being someone I would pursue. There can be a feeling that the reaching must be some kind of obligation, some kind of divine duty, not personal, not specific, not really about you. I want to correct that directly. The reaching is personal. It is specific. It is about you, exactly you, specifically you, not just humanity in the abstract, but you as an individual, with your specific name, your specific story, your specific combination of gifts and wounds and questions and history. I am reaching for you because I want you. Not what you can do, not what you can offer, not a version of you that is cleaned up and sorted out and no longer complicated. You, exactly as you are right now in this moment with everything that is unresolved and uncertain and messy and complicated. I want you because you are mine. I created you, I know you, and I love what I know. I want to address the word "so final" now, because I know it might have felt like a warning, like a threat, like if you do not respond this time, the door closes forever. And I want to clarify what I mean by it, because it is not a threat. It is not me telling you that my love has limits or that my patience runs out. When I say final, I mean this is a significant moment, a moment of particular clarity and particular opportunity. A moment where the reaching is especially clear, especially direct, especially intentional. I say final, not to close a door, but to help you understand the weight of the open door. To help you not treat this as just another moment that can be indefinitely postponed, because there will always be another one. There will be other moments, I will not stop pursuing you. But there is something about this particular moment. This specific reaching, this specific message, this specific time in your life that is meant to be received, that is designed to land, that I have been preparing for longer than you know. Do not let this one go past, my child. Not because all others are closed, but because this one is here. And here is where I am. I want to talk to you about what has been keeping distance between us. Because I think there are things, specific things, not just vague spiritual fog, that have made responding to my reaching feel difficult or complicated or impossible. For some people, it is shame. The weight of specific things they have done or specific ways they have lived that make the idea of coming toward me feel like walking toward judgment. The feeling that they have disqualified themselves, that the things they have done are too serious, too numerous, too recent to be overlooked, and that coming toward me means coming toward an accounting they are not ready to face. If that is you, I want to address it directly. There is no accounting waiting for you here. There is no moment where you walk toward me and I begin listing the ways you have fallen short before I will receive you. I do not work that way. I never have. What is waiting for you when you come toward me is not judgment. It is welcome. The same welcome that would have been there if you had come yesterday, or a year ago, or 10 years ago. Unconditional, immediate, genuine. The shame you carry is not a reason to stay away. It is a reason to come, because the only place shame is actually dealt with, not managed, not suppressed, but genuinely healed, is in my presence. You cannot shame your way into being ready to receive grace. You simply have to come with the shame still on you and let me do what only I can do with it. For some people, the distance has been doubt. The genuine, honest cannot make myself believe uncertainty about whether any of this is real, whether I exist, whether prayer connects to anything, whether the reaching they feel is genuinely from something outside themselves or just their own mind, creating meaning in the noise. If that is you, I want to say, your doubt is welcome here too. I am not asking you to resolve your doubt before you can come toward me. I am not waiting for you to achieve certainty as a prerequisite for relationship. I am asking you to bring the doubt, to come with it, to say honestly, I am not sure about any of this, but something in me is still reaching, and I am going to follow that reaching even without certainty. That is enough. That honest, doubting, not sure but reaching anyway posture is one of the most genuine forms of faith there is, and I honor it completely. For some people, the distance has been simply life, busyness. The way the days fill up and the urgent things crowd out the important things, and the reaching that used to feel clear gradually fades into background noise that is easy to ignore when there are so many other things demanding attention. If that is you, if the distance is not dramatic, not shame, not doubt, but simply the accumulated weight of a busy life that has left no room, I understand, and I am not asking you to completely reorganize your life to make room for me. I am asking for a beginning, a small turning, a few minutes of honest acknowledgement that something has been reaching toward you and you have not had time to respond, and you want to start responding now. That beginning is enough. I will work with it. I always work with what is honestly offered. My child, I want to close with something I need you to actually do. Not just here, do, after this message ends. Before you go back to the day, before you pick up your phone and return to everything that is waiting for you, I want you to take 1 minute, 60 seconds, and I want you to speak to me. Not with prepared words, not with formal prayer, not with anything you have to think about or get right, just honestly. Whatever is true for you right now. Maybe it is. I hear you. I have been ignoring this for a long time and I am done ignoring it. Maybe it is. I am not sure you are real, but I am willing to find out. Maybe it is. I have been ashamed and I did not think you would want me back. But I am here. Maybe it is. I am exhausted and I need help and I do not know where else to go. Whatever it is, say it to me directly, right now. That moment, that honest, direct, however small reaching toward me, is the beginning of everything. It is what I have been waiting for. It is why I have been reaching. I am trying one final time to reach you. And, my child, I think I did. Come toward me. I am right here. I have always been right here. I love you, without condition, without end, forever, my child. I am still here. I told you this was my final attempt to reach you, and I want to stay with that a little longer. Not to create fear, but because I think there is more you need to hear before this moment ends. More that I need to say. More that your heart needs to receive before you walk back into the day. I want to talk about what happens after the reaching, because I know that is the unspoken question sitting underneath everything right now. Okay, you reached me. Now what? What does this actually look like going forward? What changes? What do I do differently? How do I take what happened in this moment and make it into something real and lasting, rather than something that feels significant right now and fades by tomorrow? These are the right questions, and I want to answer them honestly. What happens next is simpler than you might think. It does not require a dramatic overhaul of your life. It does not require you to have everything figured out or to become a completely different person overnight. What it requires is this: a decision to keep turning toward me instead of away. A daily, moment-by-moment, imperfect but genuine choice to stay in the conversation we started today. That is it. That is the whole thing. Not perfection, not performance, not arriving at some particular level of spiritual achievement. Just keep turning toward me. Keep coming back. Keep letting me in. A little more each time, into the places that have been closed for a long time. I want to talk about the days that are coming, because I know there will be days, maybe soon, maybe tomorrow, where this moment feels distant, where the clarity of right now feels like it has faded, where the pull toward going back to the way things were feels stronger than the pull toward something new. Old patterns are powerful. Old habits of distance are comfortable in their familiarity, even when they are not good for you. And the pull back toward them is real. On those days, my child, I want you to remember one thing: not a feeling. Feelings come and go, not an experience. Experiences fade, just a fact. The fact that I reached you today. The fact that something in you responded. The fact that a conversation began that does not have to end just because a hard day comes. That fact does not change based on how you feel tomorrow. It does not unhappen, because the momentum of this moment fades. It happened. It is real, and you can return to it. Return to me as many times as you need to, for as long as you need to, without ever being turned away. I want to speak to what I am going to do now that you have received this reaching, because I want you to know that my part does not end with the reaching. Now that there is an opening, now that you have turned toward me even slightly, I am going to work with that opening. I am going to begin doing things in your life that were waiting for this moment. Things that required your willingness, your turning, your receiving before they could begin. Some of those things you will notice. Small shifts in how you see things. Moments of unexpected clarity. A lightness that comes from not carrying things entirely alone anymore. A sense, however faint, of being held. Of moving through your days with something underneath you that was not there before, or that you had forgotten was there. Some of those things you will not notice for a while. They are happening in the background, in dimensions you cannot access, in ways that will only become visible when enough time has passed for the work to reach the surface. But they are happening. From this moment forward, in response to this turning, things are in motion, my child. I want to speak to the people in your life, because your turning toward me does not happen in isolation. It happens in the context of relationships, of community, of the people who are part of your daily life. And your turning is going to affect them. Not immediately, not dramatically, but over time as the changes in you become visible in how you show up for them. You might become more patient. Not all at once, but gradually, as the peace I give you begins to replace some of the anxiety that has been making patience hard. You might become more present, more able to actually be with the people you love, rather than being physically present while mentally somewhere else. You might become more compassionate, more able to see the people around you the way I see them, which is with love that is not conditional on their performance. These changes take time. They are not instant, but they are real, and they are coming. I want to address something that I know is going to come up as you try to live out what happened in this moment. It is the question of what to do when you fail, when you turn away again, when old patterns reassert themselves and you find yourself back in the distance, back in the ignoring, back in the place you were before today. Because it will happen. I want to be honest about that. Changing the direction of a life does not happen in a straight line. There will be setbacks. There will be moments where you think, I had that moment, it felt real, and now I am back here again. Was it even real? Did it even matter? Did I just feel something for a minute and then go right back to who I have always been? My child, the setback is not the end. The falling back is not undoing what happened today. What happened today was real, and real things do not unhappen just because a hard day comes or an old pattern temporarily wins. When you fall back, and you will, because you are human and humans fall back, I want you to do one thing, just one. Come back, that is it. Not with elaborate apology, not with self-condemnation about how quickly you failed. Just come back, turn toward me again. Pick up the conversation where you left off, or start it fresh, or just show up and say, I fell back, I am here again. Let us keep going. That returning, that simple, humble, no drama returning is the most important spiritual practice there is. Not getting it right every time, getting back up every time. I am going to keep receiving you every time. That will never change. My child, I want to close this conversation, this reaching, this responding, this beginning with something I want you to carry. Not a principle, not a practice, a truth. One truth, simple enough to hold on to on the hardest days, deep enough to sustain you through everything that comes. You are wanted, not tolerated, not managed, not dealt with. Wanted. By me. Specifically, personally, unconditionally. The reaching you felt today was not obligation, it was desire. I wanted to reach you. I wanted to find you. I wanted this moment, this conversation, this beginning, and I want what comes after it. I want the days and the weeks and the months of you turning toward me imperfectly and me receiving you completely. I want the growing and the struggling and the falling back and the returning. I want the questions and the doubts and the honest prayers and the thin faith reaching. I want all of it, because all of it is you, and I want you. That wanting does not end today. It does not fade when the feeling of this moment fades. It is permanent. It is who I am toward you. It has always been who I am toward you. You are wanted, my child. Come toward the one who wants you. I love you. I reached you, and I am not letting go. Always, forever, without end.